Hiya guys, and in 2020 I'm going to be running my third London Marathon. So what I wanted to do in this video was paint a picture of what it's like to run in the London Marathon. So if you're thinking about doing it in the future or you've got a space in the future, hopefully this is going to be some great help. And if you're thinking about turning it off right now because you're the kind of person that will never run a marathon, then this video is definitely for you. Hiya guys, I'm Shanevo and I make running and technology videos. So if that sounds like you, then definitely press subscribe. So I guess I want to rewind to about 4 years ago. I had just done my very first 10K race. Previously to that, all I did was lots of running. And there was something about being out on the road when it was closed, running down the road with all these other people. So I left that and I just wanted to do something else. And I chose to do a marathon. So I applied for the London Marathon and it was quite a step obviously, but I already had quite a bit of base fitness and I just knew that all I was going to do is do loads of research and really understand how to remain and stay injury free. So I don't want to get into the training today. Those kind of training tips and how-tos, they're going to come in future videos. But I just want to then fast forward to a few days before the London Marathon. So you head out to London, you've checked in at your hotel, and you go to the London Expo for the Running Expo. And it's absolutely awesome. So when you arrive there, there are loads of other people there. They're all there in their running gear or they're there in their trainers and things like that. And they're there with their families and everyone's there to collect their race numbers. And you queue very quickly to get your race number. And then it just feels amazing to have your race number. It's one of those things you just want to instantly take it out and take a good picture of it. I can almost imagine it in my hands right now. From there, then you walk around the expo and you've got some of the big brands there in running, and you've also got some smaller stalls as well. You can go to all these different places where you can have everything from a massage to your name printed on your top to nutritional advice, and there's just so much there that you can actually do and see. And on top of that, then you've got some big name runners that go up on stage. So a highlight for me last year was seeing Martin Yelling on stage. I love some of his podcasts. I love some of his videos. This year, Eliud Kipchoge was up on stage as well. So you can really look forward to some great names being there. What I would do is just make sure that you know what times they're going to be on if there's someone specific that you want to see. So once you've left the expo, it's just a massive anticipation. And you walk around London, you've got your bag from the expo, your numbers in there, and you can see other people that have just been to the expo as well when you're walking around London. And then, bam, there's the night before. You set out all your things. You make sure that you've got absolutely every single thing ready. What I always like to do as well is take a picture and put it on Instagram of everything all laid out. And then you try and sleep that night before. You get loads of texts, you're getting Facebook messages off your friends, and they're all wishing you like amazing good luck. So luckily, I don't have a problem sleeping. I can sleep. And then you wake up in the morning, you feel amazingly refreshed. And you know it's that big day. You've been training so hard. You've had 3 months of intense training or maybe longer. And it's been on your mind for so long. And maybe you've done loads of fundraising as well. And it just feels amazing. So you have your breakfast. And then you can quite happily go along to the gate with your family if you want. But there's this big security checkpoint there, and then they check your bags and you wave goodbye to your friends and family and you're in there. And there's just loads of other runners and it just feels amazing. And you can hear some music in the background, loads of kind of people in fancy dress, like groups of people, and some people are a bit anxious, some people are absolutely buzzing. You've got people around you like doing exercise, people just sat down because you're there a few hours before as well. There's people just kind of taking in their energy pre-marathon as well. There's huge TV screens as well. You can sit in front of these huge TV screens and you can really watch what's going on, and they'll pan around and they'll show different things that are going on in the area as well. You go and drop off your bag, and that's just dead easy to do. And then you just chill out really. You go have a last minute toilet stop. You look at your watch and you decide that, yeah, now's the time to go along to my allocated pen. And you go over to your pen. the first year I was there, I was in one of the back pens, and the atmosphere was just absolutely awesome. If you end up in one of the back pens, the atmosphere is brilliant because you've got people in fancy dress, you've got groups of people. There were people in like a big Ghostbusters car they had built. There was about 6 people in there. There were people in a kayak that were going to run together in a kayak. Guy in a diver's suit, and there's just crazy, crazy costumes. One of the highlights for me in the back pen was a guy called Karaoke Graham. He's done quite a few marathons now. The guy runs around with like a stereo on him and a microphone, and he just sings all the way around, and managed to get a picture with him as well, which is just absolutely brilliant. But the one thing you can do is you can get in your pen and then you can go back out, have a quick another toilet stop if you want, and you go back in, and it just feels amazing. You just know that this is the last point you are. You're going to be going down here, and once you're at the end, bam, that's it. You're off on your marathon. And they'll let the pens go. So you have pen 1 go first, pen 2, and it goes all the way up to pen 8. And you just get closer and closer to the start line. And as you're closer, you can see this huge screen, and it's just panning along all the runners. And there's music playing, and there's somebody there talking through a microphone, and bam, it's go, and then you're off. Trying to stay as calm as you possibly can and as slow as you can, because you just want to run. You really do just want to run. But I managed to slow myself down. You've just got to have that in your head. Slow down, slow down. You kind of go out past the start, and then pretty much within like 30 seconds, you're around an audience. There are people there, just there to cheer you on. You've got kids like, all the way through, just wanting high fives. And I remember my first time, I went around a corner, and there was these kids there. And I must have high-fived about 10 kids. And I was just like welling up the amount of support that was there, and it doesn't stop. You keep going all the way along for 26 miles, and there are just people there the whole time, and the atmosphere is just absolutely brilliant. It's not kids high-fiving you, it's some guy hanging over from a pub trying to give you his bottle of beer, which is just amazing. You've got people giving out jelly babies. As you're running past the pubs as well, there's music playing. There are families in their gardens with pims and strawberries and cream. It's just absolutely phenomenal. One of the best things for me, and I wish I could meet the lady. I remember about mile 23, she was there with some oranges, and I could see these oranges. And before then, I actually thought I was coming up to mile 23, but it was actually mile 22. And it was just really hard to take in that I had another mile on top of what I thought I had to do. And I did end up walking for about a minute. And I spent the whole time going through the whole marathon going, you can do anything but walk, anything but walk. You've got to keep running, you've got to keep running. And that was like my mantra in my first marathon. And I managed to pick it back up pretty quickly. And yeah, I saw this woman with these oranges, and I went over to her and I picked one up, and I remember looking her in the eye. I was like, "Thank you so much." It's like, you just keep running, just keep running. So thank you to that lady. You're never going to watch this, obviously, but you were amazing. But I just cannot sum up how amazing that atmosphere is as you go around. You have your low points where your energy levels drop, or you look at your watch and you can see that your pace has gone a little bit. But the audience and the crowd, they're just there all the time. Definitely have your name printed along your top, because when you are struggling, people are just there shouting your name non-stop. And you'll hear things like, "Keep up the pace," with your name, and "You're doing great, you're looking great," and "Come on, just keep it going." And then you get to like the last couple of miles, and you see the London Eye, you see Westminster Bridge, and you're seeing the Houses of Parliament and everything else, and it's just absolutely amazing. And then you come to Buckingham Palace, and you come around the corner and you can see the finish line, and it's just an amazing feeling, just absolutely amazing. You run to that finish line, and there's somebody there giving you your medal, and you can't thank them enough. You just can't thank them enough, but there's someone coming in behind you, so you have to move on. And it just feels amazing. And there's just something there, you just, and you've got your medal, you look at your medal, and the whole experience flashes back, and it's just the best feeling. But it doesn't stop there either, because you collect your bag, and I've got to say, the whole bag drop off and pick up is just amazing, because you're walking over to pick a bag up, the guys there, they're already reading your number, and they've got your bag ready for you by the time you're even there. Just awesome. London Marathon people, you're amazing. And then you go through to the area where your friends and family are, and it just all starts again because they're all just so happy for you. The big thing for me this year is my 5-year-old. She really understood what was going on, and she was just so happy for me. And yeah, she wanted to wear my medal straight away. And yeah, there's a few people I had to update, but I just cannot explain that amazing feeling that you're going to get when you do the London Marathon. And for the people that maybe think they're never going to run a marathon, that was me about 4 or 5 years ago. I used to run a lot. And if someone had said to me, "You're going to do a marathon one day," I'd be like, "No chance." But seriously, you've got to consider doing it because you can do it. I went from a 10K all the way to a full marathon. I wouldn't always recommend you do that, but because I had a fair amount of base fitness, it was fine to do. So, guys, I hope that has been of some help to you. If you are doing the marathon, I wish you amazing good luck. Really train hard and really do some really great research into making sure that you don't get injured, because it's so important that you don't get injured. I've got some more videos coming up for you in just a second to choose from. And subscribe because there's some more great marathon videos coming up. Thanks so much for watching again, guys. I really appreciate it.